11 Manipulation Tactics Exposed. It's a world where perception battles reality, emotions are easily manipulated, and the art of persuasion takes on a sinister form. In this video, we'll cover 11 manipulation tactics that shape our lives in ways we might not even realize. Without further ado, let's get started. Tactic 1. Gaslighting. Have you ever been certain you remember something a certain way, but someone else insists that your memory is completely wrong? That's gaslighting. Gaslighting is a psychological trick where someone tries to make you doubt your own reality, memories, or even your sanity. It's like a form of mental manipulation that messes with your perception. Here's a real-life example. Let's say you and a friend have plans to meet up, and you distinctly remember agreeing on a time and place. But when the day comes, your friend acts surprised and denies ever discussing any plans with you. They might even suggest that you're the forgetful one. That's gaslighting in action. Now, how does gaslighting mess with your perception of reality? Picture this. Every time you trust your instincts or memories, that little seed of doubt creeps in. Over time, you start questioning yourself more and more, and your self-confidence takes a hit. It's like they're rewiring your trust in yourself, and that's where the real danger lies. Tactic 2. Guilt tripping. Guilt tripping is an emotional tug-of-war where someone uses your sense of guilt to manipulate your actions or decisions. It puts you in a position where saying no feels almost impossible. Let's say you've been working long hours and need some downtime over the weekend. You're looking forward to a quiet Saturday, but suddenly, a friend calls you, sounding disappointed, saying they really need your help moving. You feel guilty for even considering saying no, because they're making it seem like you're the only one who can help. The manipulator taps into your feelings of responsibility, care, or even loyalty to make you do something you might not want to do. It's like they're playing a guilt card to control your choices. Guilt tripping preys on your empathy and desire to please others. It plays with your emotions to manipulate your behavior. By making you feel guilty, the guilt tripper hopes to push your boundaries and gain the upper hand. Tactic 3. Love bombing. When someone showers you with an overwhelming amount of affection, compliments, gifts, and attention in a short span of time. While being showered with love and attention might sound like a dream, love bombing often has darker intentions. It's used as a manipulation tactic to create dependency and control. By flooding you with positive experiences, the love bomber aims to make you feel indebted to them, making it harder for you to question their motives or behaviors later on. Love bombing requires paying attention to the pace and intensity of the relationship. If someone seems to be moving way too fast, bombarding you with gifts and grand gestures, it might be a red flag. Also, if you find yourself feeling overwhelmed or losing sight of your own needs and boundaries, it's time to take a step back. Setting boundaries is crucial. Remember that a healthy relationship should allow for mutual growth and respect. Don't be afraid to communicate your own pace and preferences. Take time to reflect on your feelings and ensure you're not sacrificing your own well-being for the manipulator's intense affections. Tactic 4. Silent treatment. The silent treatment is a manipulation tactic where one person deliberately ignores or refuses to communicate with another, often in response to a disagreement or conflict. It's like a cold, emotional withdrawal, leaving you feeling isolated and unheard. It is a power play. By cutting off communication, the manipulator gains control of the situation. They create an atmosphere of tension, uncertainty, and vulnerability, making the other person more likely to give in to their demands or apologize, even if they weren't at fault. If you're on the receiving end, it's easy to feel frustrated or anxious. Stay composed and remember that their silence is a reflection of their behavior, not your worth. Tactic 5. Fear-mongering. This is a manipulation tactic that plays on people's fears and anxieties to influence their thoughts, opinions, and decisions. It's like planting seeds of fear that grow into a forest of doubt and uncertainty. Imagine you're considering a new health supplement. Someone spreads a rumor that this supplement has dangerous side effects, even though there's no concrete evidence to support the claim. You start feeling apprehensive about using it, even though you were initially excited. This exploits our natural instinct to protect ourselves. When someone triggers fear, our minds shift into survival mode, and we're more likely to make impulsive decisions based on emotional reactions rather than rational thought. Tactic 6. Isolation. Imagine your friend or colleague suddenly starts keeping their distance and making you feel like you're on the outskirts of their life. So, what's isolation in the manipulation playbook? Well, it's when someone creates distance between themselves and you. They might make you feel like you're not part of the gang anymore, denying you their company and leaving you wondering what you did to deserve the cold shoulder. But wait, there's more. Isolation doesn't just leave you feeling like a castaway. It's a cunning tactic that weakens your support network and chips away at your independence. When you're cut off from your friends, family, and people who care about you, your confidence can take a nosedive. And guess what? That's exactly what the manipulator wants, controlled over you, all by themselves. How to spot isolation tactics? Well, if your friend is suddenly MIA and avoids your calls and messages, something might be up. If you notice you're being left out of gatherings or events you used to be part of, that's a hint. They might even twist the story, making you feel like you're the one pulling away, adding confusion to the mix. Tactic 7. Playing the victim. A victim-playing manipulator is that someone who consistently portrays themselves as the wronged party, whether it's a minor inconvenience or a full-blown situation. They're the masters of painting themselves as the helpless while you're left trying to figure out what went wrong. They tangle you up in empathy and sympathy, making you feel responsible for their feelings and actions. It's like a guilt trip on steroids. They're not just asking for help, they're demanding it through tears and sighs. If it feels like they're always tangled up in drama, take a step back and question the pattern. They rarely accept responsibility for their actions, and somehow, they're always the one who's wronged. Their reactions might seem a tad over the top, dramatic. When someone casts themselves as the pitiable character, you start feeling sorry for them, and before you know it, they've got you wrapped around their little finger. Tactic 8. Information control. So, what's information control anyway? It's when someone decides what information you get to see, hear, or know. Think of it as a puppet master pulling the strings of what you're exposed to. But here's the twist. It's not about what they show you, but what they keep hidden that matters. How does limited info influence you? When someone controls the information flow, they control your perspective. Ever played a game where you can only see part of the map? You're making decisions based on a fraction of the bigger picture. That's what happens in real life too. When you're only exposed to certain viewpoints or facts, your decisions and beliefs become skewed. Information control is a manipulation tactic used to regulate or withhold information, therefore shaping someone's perceptive, decisions, and beliefs. When certain information is withheld or altered, your understanding of a situation becomes incomplete. This can lead you to develop biased or one-sided beliefs because you're not getting the full picture. In the long run, your trust in reliable information sources may erode, leaving you susceptible to manipulation. Tactic 9. Overwhelm and confusion. The masters of manipulation understand that when you're overwhelmed, your brain goes into overdrive trying to process everything. And while you're grappling with information overload, your critical thinking and decision-making skills start to wobble. That's exactly what the manipulator wants, to seize the reins of your thoughts. Imagine you're in a high-pressure meeting and someone's bombarding you with statistics, jargons, and intricate details that seem to defy logic. They're not doing it to enlighten you. They're doing it to create chaos within your mental fortress. With your defenses down, you're more likely to comply, submit, or agree just to escape the whirlwind. The strategy here is to muddy the waters until you're knee-deep in uncertainty. The manipulator might use rapid-fire information, contradictory statements, or complex language that leaves you scratching your head. In the midst of overwhelming confusion created by manipulators, it's quite common for us to turn to them for help or clarification. It's like they set up a trap, knowing that when we're lost in the maze they've woven, we'll naturally seek guidance from them. This dynamic can be especially tricky to navigate, as seeking clarity from the manipulator might further entangle us in their web of confusion. Tactic 10. Flattery and charm. Flattery is a verbal act mostly expressing admiration around you. It's those sweet words that make you feel like $1,000,000. And charm is an irresistible aura that draws you in like a moth to a flame. But beneath this glittering surface lies a cunning manipulation tactic. The manipulator will charm your socks off, making you feel like the star of the show. But here's the twist. While you're basking in the glow of their charm, they're busy pulling strings behind the scenes. Flattery can feel like a warm hug for your ego. When someone heaps praise on you, that dopamine rush leaves you craving for more. But be wary. Flattery isn't always genuine. Manipulators use it like a clever bait, hooking you into their web of influence. They might boost your confidence to lull you into compliance, all while they're angling to get what they want. Remember that while flattery can feel good, it shouldn't cloud your judgment. Keep your focus on the facts. Not all flattery is malicious, and it's essential to differentiate between genuine compliments and manipulative flattery. While flattery can often be a sincere expression of appreciation, it's equally crucial to stay alert and trust your instincts if something might be off. The key is to strike a balance between appreciating positive feedback and being cautious about overly excessive flattery. Your wisdom shines through in emphasizing the need to take a step back and assess the situation. Evaluating the context and considering whether there might be hidden motives is a smart way to avoid falling into the trap of manipulation. Tactic 11. Financial manipulation. Tactic 11. Financial manipulation. Financial manipulation is when someone tries to control your money to bend your decisions their way. Imagine your money as a puzzle, and they're moving the pieces to fit their design. This can involve subtle tactics that impact your wallet, bank account, or financial decisions. So, how does this tactic affect you? Well, it's like having someone play with your money puzzle without your permission. This can lead to stress, confusion, and even feeling trapped. Your financial stability might be shaken, making you second-guess your choices and worry about the future. Imagine someone has a hold on your finances. They might control your access to money, limit your spending, or even manipulate you into giving them your hard-earned cash. It's like they're twisting the money puzzle to fit their desires, leaving you feeling powerless and unsure. Picture this. Someone's lending you money, but with strings attached. These strings could be favors, secrets, or even changing your behavior to suit their wishes. It's like they're turning you into a marionette, dancing to their tune because they have control over your finances. And there you have it, 11 manipulation tactics that often fly under the radar. Now it's your turn to take action. Share this video with your friends and loved ones, because awareness is our greatest shield against manipulation. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more content like this.